Okay. Examination. So right now the class is started. So eighth chapter, na? Eighth chapter.
Yes, Mataji.
14th verse.
The manifestation of Brahma from Vishnu. That is now from Vishnu. From Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. This is the topic of the creation and everything. So now Maitreya is speaking to Vidura. We'll just do a recap. So the royal policy of King Kuru is worthy to serve the Vaishnavas, the Bhagavad descendants are you. So now Maitreya Rishi is saying, I'm going to speak on Bhagavad Purana, which Lord directly spoke to the sages. And then in the third verse we saw Sanat Kumar, they inquired, like how you are inquiring, like that they also inquired Vasudeva. Sankarshana was meditating on the Supreme Lord, and then he spoke to the sages. Now the sages, they came from higher planets, and in this way they had their bed. They trust the lotus feet of the Lord, and the further the four Kumaras, they knew the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, they glorified the Lord. The seventh verse, Sankarshana spoke about the purport of who is Sankarshana? He is Balaram himself. He is speaking on the purport of Bhaktam to Sanatana. When Sankarshana, he was a chief among the transcendentalists, is describing the glories of the Lord in terms of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam and Lord are not. Then Parashar Muni, being so advised by Pulastya, spoke to me. Now, Parashar Muni and Brahaspati, both of them heard when sage Shankhayana. Now see, Sankarshana spoke to Sanat Kumar. And then he explained the Bhagavatam as he heard. And when inquired by, now in turn, Shankhayana is given the knowledge by Sanat Kumar. Is coming now, Sanat Kumar. Before Sanat Kumar is Sankarshana. Sankarshana gave the knowledge to Sanat Kumar. Sanat Kumar gave the knowledge to Shankhayana. Shankhayana Rishi gave the knowledge to Parashara. And Brahaspati. Brahaspati is the guru for the Devatas. So in this, the Parashar Muni got. Now Parashar Muni, in turn, what he did, he gave to Pulastya. Then Pulastya, he taught this to Maitreya Rishi. So this you can write a nice parampara. You can write a nice parampara. How this knowledge came from Sankarshana. Lord gave the knowledge to Sankarshana. Sankarshana gave the knowledge to Sanat Kumara. How this Kumara parampara? It's a Kumara parampara. There is Kumar Sampradaya. From Kumar Sampradaya, from Sanat Kumar, this has come to Shankhayana to Pulastyaha, Brahaspati. And from Pulastyaha, this knowledge is given to Maitreya Rishi. And in this way, the parampara flows. So now, at that time, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is alone. And the whole three world is submerged in water. He's alone. He is lying on Ananta. He's in a slumber state. Eyes are not completely closed. Slumber state. And then in this way, the Lord remained in the water of dissolution. Complete dissolution happened. So Lord lay down for 4,000 yoga cycles in his internal potency. 4,000 yoga cycles just remained. Okay. Then afterwards, the subtle subject matter of creation on which Lord's attention was fixed was agitated. Subtle subject matter of creation. That means in Pradhana, Lord's attention was fixed. That means in Mahat Tattva. In Mahat Tattva. And he was agitated by the material mode of passion. Thus, the subtle form of creation pierced his abdomen. Now, still, Mahat Tattva has not is glanced, but yet it is not. Now the abdomen is now pierced We are yet not spoken about the Brahmandas. Abdomen is pierced. So how it got pierced? By the same material mode of action. Now you say, how is he agitated by the material mode of action? When creation has to happen, Krishna can surcharge his every energy. Here is his energy only. Mama Maya Durati. This is energy. So in this way, Lord's attention was fixed. Now 14th one. स पद्मकोशः सहसोदतिष्ठत् कालेन कर्म प्रतिबोधनेन स्वरोचिषा तत्सलिलं विषादं विद्योतयत् यन्नर्क जीवात्मयोनिः. सः just opening the Krishna Thakur's commentary. There's a both, and then we will have a nice discussion. 3.8 chapter. Okay. Yes. So in this way now Krishna's navel is agitated. Yes, one minute. Yes. So sa padma koshaha sasodi sodat tishtat. So saha means suddenly. Padma kosha means bird of it. Lotus flower. Udatishtat, it appeared. Kalena, by time. Karma, fruitive activities. Pratibodhanena, awakening. Swaruchishaha, by his own effulgence. Tad that, Salilam, water of devastation. Vishalam, vast. Vidyotana, Tayan, that is illuminating. Arkaha, the sun. Iva, like Atmayunihi, generating from the personality of Vishnu. So piercing through this sum total form of the fruitive activity of the living entities took the shape of the bud of a flower, lotus flower. And by his supreme will, it illuminated everything like the sun and dried up the vast waters of devastation. So all the material elements, they transformed into a lotus bud. And then what happened? It stood above the waters of devastation. And then the force of the awakened karmas of the jivas. So now the awakened karmas, the karmas has to be now reaped. So all these things, all the karmas, because of the force of the karmas, all the material elements, they took the form of a lotus flower. This lotus bud had Vishnu as its source. It was like sun, illuminating by its effulgence. It did not depend on the sun to light up the world. So in this way, the material elements, who force the material elements to take the form of it? The karmas, the awakened karmas of the jivas. Okay. Next verse. Allokapadmam sa u eva Vishnu pravivishat sarvagunavabhasam tasmin swayam vedamayo vidhata swayam bhuvam yam sma vadanti sobhut tat, that is that loka, universal, padmam, lotus flower, saha, he, who, certainly, eva, actually, Vishnu, the Lord, Pravivashat, Pravivishat, entered into Sarva, all, Guna Avabhasam, reservoir of all modes of nature, Tasmin, in which, Swayam, in person, Veda, Mayaha, the personality of Vedic wisdom, Vidhata, controller of the universe, Swayam Bhuvam, self-born, Yam, whom, Sma, in the past, Vadanti, do say, Saha, he, Abhuta, generated. So now what happened? Into that flower, Lord personally entered as superfluous. So now into that flower Lord entered first, universal lotus flower. That is made up of all the material elements. Then in this way, it was thus impregnated with all the modes of material nature. And then the personality of Vedic wisdom, which is impregnated with the personality of Vedic wisdom, whom we call the self-born, was generated. So in this way, the lotus flower, Lord entered the lotus of all the planets, and then it was revealing the enjoyable objects for the jivas. Brahma is known as self-born. He appeared from that lotus. First, Lord entered as super soul, and then Brahma. Brahma came from that lotus. He is self-born. He is also composer of the Vedas. Okay? So the particle U is used to address Vidura, who is given Salokapannam. So who is who here certainly, but here it is addressed as Vidura. That lotus flower made of all the planets, all the Vairaja, which at the time of devastation had entered a settled state, now appeared at the end of devastation in the form of lotus. So all the planets, they are known as Vairaja. So they all disappeared. That means they all entered the stomach of Lord at the time of devastation. Now at the end of devastation, they are appearing as lotus flower. The same Vairaja. I mean, now the creation has to happen. No? Vishnu is Antaryami, he entered that lotus. Pravivishat means entering. The Lord held within himself itself the manifestation of the effects of all the gunas, swarga and naraka, to be enjoyed by the jivas. So in this way, that lotus had all the planetary systems, so that the jivas, whether they can enjoy or suffer, whatever it is. Brahma appeared within that lotus. That is why he is known as self-born. He has no visible parentage. He was previously merged with Narayana in sleep. When devastation happens, everybody merges. When the Lord awoke, he appeared by the means of the lotus, who Brahma. He was sleeping in the womb of Lord. Now he appeared in the by means of this flower. There is the gross form of Brahma called Vairaja, the lotus of the planets. So what is the meaning of Vairaja? The gross form of Brahma. That means the 14 planetary system. They are known as Vairaja. There is a subtle form called Hiranyagarbha. There is also four-headed Brahma, the creator, who appeared from the lotus at this time. Hiranyagarbha. It means he is born from the lotus, Hiranyagarbha. And then he is also known as Vairaja, gross. Subtle is known as Hiranyagarbha. And then he is also the creator, the secondary creator, that is four-headed. Thus, there are three forms of Brahma. You should know this. Vairaja is carrying all the planets. There is gross form of Brahma, is appearing from gross. Then comes subtle form, which is known as Hiranya Garbha. And there is four-headed Brahma. So in this way, there are three forms of Brahma. Let us see step by step. Okay. You want to read?
Hare Krishna. Text 14. स पद्मकोश सहसोदतिष्ठत् कालेन कर्म प्रतिबोधनेन स्वरोचिषा तत्सलिलं विशालं विद्योतयन्नर्क इवात्मयोनिः. Translation. Piercing through this sum total form of the fruitive activity of the living entities took the shape of the bud of a lotus flower generated from the personality of Vishnu, and by his supreme will, it illuminated everything like the sun, and dried up the vast waters of devastation. Text 15. Tallokapadmam sau eva Vishnuhu प्रविविशत्सर्वगुणावभासं तस्मिन् स्वयं वेदमयो विधाता स्वयंभुवं यं स्म वदन्ति सोऽभूत्. Translation. Into that universal lotus flower, Lord Vishnu personally entered as the super soul, and when it was thus impregnated with all the modes of material nature, the personality of Vedic wisdom, whom we call the self-born, was generated. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The lotus flower is the universal Virat form or the gigantic form of the Lord in the material world. It becomes amalgamated in the personality of Godhead, Vishnu, in his abdomen at the time of dissolution, and it becomes manifest at the time of creation. This is due to Garbhodakshai Vishnu, who enters into each of the universes. In this form is the sum total of all the fruitive activities of the living entities conditioned by material nature, and the first of them, namely Brahma or the controller of the universe, is generated from this lotus flower. The firstborn living being, unlike all the others, has no material father, and thus he is called self-born or Swayambhu. He goes to sleep with Narayana at the time of devastation, and when there is another creation, he is born in this way. From this description, we have the conception of three: the gross Virat form, the subtle Hiranyagarbha, and the material creative force Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Hiranyagarbha. His name is Garbhodakshai Vishnu. He has appeared from the navel. That is why he is Hiranyagarbha. He is Vairaja. Why? Because he has to deal with all the planets. All the planets has been given to him. Simple way, understand in simple way. And then also he is Chaturmukhi Brahma. He was actually Panchamukhi, but Panchamukhi Shiva is also there. Panchamukhi Brahma is also there. So once so happened, Parvati, she was serving Brahmaji. And Shiva thought, why you are serving Brahmaji? She was confused. Both were Panchamukhi. Then Shiva got angry. He cut one head of Brahma. That is how he got that Brahma Kapalam stuck in his finger. If you go to South, there is a Vedesha which is known as nice. Purushottama. Purushottama Kshetra, that is Purushottama. There, Lord, nice name is there. Tayar is also, so much of Karuna is there for the Tayar. Purnavalli Tayar. Purnavalli means she fills that Kapala. He brings that Kapala. Now it is stuck to his hand. Brahma Kapala. Now it is said that wherever his that Kapala gets that Diksha, it should be full. It should not leak out. Everywhere it was leaking out. Only when he comes to this Purushottam Kshetra, that is the place. That is the place where his Kapala, Lakshmi fills, and that Kapala is filled, and it is now not stuck, it comes out. So he is relieved from that Hatya, that Brahma Kapala Hatya. Even in Haridwar also you will find that. If you go to Badrinath also, there also this Leela is there. So he is Chaturmukhi Brahma. First he was Panchmukhi, then it became Chaturmukhi Brahma. Because he had the pride of 5 heads. So Shiva cut one of the head. This is all one pastime has been told. Now, Tasyam Sachambhoruha Karnikayam Avasthito Lokam Pashyamanam Parikraman Vyomi Vivruttanetrash Chatvari Lebhenu Disham Mukhani. So Brahma is born from the lotus flower. Tasya. Ambaha. Ruha Karnikaya. From the bowl of that lotus, Brahma is born. Being born from the lotus flower, he could not see the world, although he was situated in the bowl. He therefore circumvented all the space, and while moving his eyes in all directions, he achieved 4 heads in terms of 4 directions. So how he got 4 heads? Because he was confused what to do. He is not able to see the world. Though he's Vairaja, he was not able to see the planets. He is situated in the bowl. That is what is given here. Situated there, he turned his head around to look for the planets. At the same time, he is glancing in all the directions in space because no one was there. He obtained the 4 heads to see 4 directions. So Rupa Goswami in Laghu Bhagavatamrita, he is only 2 forms of Brahma. Hiranyagarbha is aggregate of jivas, and Vairaja, it is gross made of elements. So okay, Hiranyagarbha, jivas are given. Okay, and Vairaja, all elements are given, and along with it, 4 heads are also given. So third form of Brahma is not told by Rupa Goswami. Only 2 forms. All the jivas are given. All the gross elements are also given to Brahma. Kala Shakti is also given. Jiva Shakti is also given. And then Mahat Tattva is also given. According to according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Vairaja is the aggregate of elements and planets. Now, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says he is only Vairaja. He's not even calling him Hiranyagarbha. Because you have elements, you have planets, you have. He's called Hiranyagarbha, but he is. Hiranyagarbha is there at the same time Vairaja. 4-headed Brahma is created. That means both the Acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Rupa Goswami, they say that there are only 2 names, Hiranyagarbha, aggregate of all the living entities, and Vairaja. Elements are there, and planets are there, and his 4-head is there. And 4-head is there to see all the directions. Now next. Tasmadhyukanta Shvasanavagurnam Jalorvichakra Salinadvirudham Upashita Kanjamulokatatvam Natmanam Adhavidhat Adideva Tasma. From there, Yuga Anta, at the end of the millennium, Shvasanam, the air of devastation, Avagurnaha, because of movement, Jala water, Urmi Chakrat, out of the circle of waves, Salila, from the water, Virudham, situated on them, Upashataha, having the shelter of Kanjam, lotus flower, who, in astonishment, who is also referring to Vidura, because it has been told, who also refers to Vidura, because Maitri is speaking to Vidura. Lokatattvam, the mystery of creation, no, not Atmanam, himself, Adha, perfectly, Avidhat, could understand Adideva, the first Devi. So the Lord Brahma, situated in that lotus, could not perfectly understand the creation. He could not understand himself also, lotus also, nothing. At the end of millennium, the air of devastation began to move the water, and the lotus, with great circular waves. So Brahma could not understand what is happening actually. So, so at the end of the millennium, Tasmad Yuganta, now the whole thing, now Brahma has sprouted from the water. He is there in the worlds, but it is now churned by the wind of devastation. He could not understand the nature of planets and living entities. So now end of, it has been given here, at the end of the millennium. That means now devastation starts. Now how to create what had been previously created? Brahma is completely bewildered. How to show the people that his power to create does not belong to him? Actually, it is given by Lord. So this is shown in this verse. So he took the shelter of the lotus, which arose from the water, and is completely filled with astonishment. Here, who refers to astonishment? He did not know the nature of the planets. Now, see, he has only created, but now he wants to show to the people that I am also bewildered. It is not me who is creating. It is the power of Krishna who is creating. Bhasma Nitashma Shakalosh. भास्वा यथात्मशक्लेषु निजेषु तेजः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयत्यपि तत्त्वदत् ब्रह्मा एष जगत् विधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुष. He says, I am diamond. Diamond gets a shine because of the light. Or diamond is only a mere stone. Diamond has value because the light falls on it. In the same way, I am diamond. Just because Krishna's mercy falls on me, it's Krishna's power, I'm able to create. So just see how Brahma, that is how the humbleness of Brahma. He is also astonished. Is he astonished? He wants to show to the people that I am not the creator. Krishna is the creator. Whatever I am doing is only because of his mercy. So we are coming from that parampara, isn't it? Brahma Matlab Gaudi parampara. That is how humility should be there in all of us. Whatever today we are, because of our Guru Shishya parampara. We on our own, we don't have anything. I was today reading all the Videsham, I was thinking, what Acharyas are. The explanation for Bhayarana Uparatam, why are you running away from this battlefield? Whole Srirangam, Vividesham has been spoken. Srirangam about Perumal has been spoken. How is compassionate? Just see how the link has been given. What type of compassion should be shown? Compassion on what platforms? I was just thinking, if I read all these commentaries, I'm just thinking that I'm just insignificant, nothing. Prabhupada, when he writes a commentary, Sri Bhashya Ramanacharya writes this commentary. And so it was so nice to, I was just absorbed in that. For 1 hour, I was only reading the same again to understand the levels of compassion. To understand the levels of compassion, Acharyas are so wonderful. It is good. Sometimes we should know that we are such a fool. Yeah, I am a fool. It's good. Pride will not come. So here Brahma says, actually I am not the creator, it's Krishna. Okay, now it's the 17th verse. So 16th and 17th, I think we have done 15th also. So all these three together. You read, no? 15th one? No. 15th is read, right?
15th is read, 14th, 15th is read,
15th is
Mataji.
read.
16, 17 somebody has to read.
Danila.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी सुखम प्रणाम्स तस्यां सचाम्बोरुहकर्णिकायाम् अवस्थितो लोकम् अपश्यमानः परिक्रमं व्योम्नि विवृत्तनेत्रश्चत्वारि लेभे अनुदिशं मुखानि. Translation. Brahma, born out of the lotus flower, could not see the world, although he was situated in the world. He therefore circumambulated all of space, and while moving his eyes in all directions, he achieved 4 heads in terms of the 4 directions. Text 17. Tasmad yuganta shvasanavagurna jalormichakrat salilad virudam upashitah kanjam yulokatatvam natmanam adhavidad adidevah. Translation. Lord Brahma, situated in that lotus, could not perfectly understand the creation, the lotus, or himself. At the end of the millennium, the air of devastation began to move the water and the lotus in great circular waves. Lord Brahma was perplexed about his creation, the lotus and the world, even though he tried to understand them for 1 millennium, which is beyond calculation in the solar years of human beings. No one, therefore, can know the mystery of the creation and cosmic manifestation simply by mental speculation. The human being is so limited in his capacity that without the help of the Supreme, he can hardly understand the mystery of the will of the Lord in terms of creation, continuance, and destruction. Hare Krishna.
Okay, next verse. Vaishavo, Vaishayo, Asava. Va refers to Brahma. Okay. Vaishayo Savaham. Abjat Prushta Etat Krato Babjad Babjam Ananyat Apsu. अस्ति यदस्तादिह किञ्चनैतदधिष्ठितं यत्र सतानुभाव्यम् क एष योऽसावहमब्जपृष्ठ एतत् कुतो वाब्जम् अनन्यदप्सु अस्ति यदस्ता इह किञ्चनैतत् अधिष्ठितं यत्र शतानुभाव्यम्. So Brahma, in his ignorance, contemplated, who am I? Your Bhagavad Gita course starts from that only, who am I? Even Brahmaji is also telling, who am I? Who is situated on this top of the flower? Abja Prushtehe. Asavaham. Yaha Asavaham. Who am I? Then. Kutaha va abjam. From where it has come, this Vaibhav? From where has it sprouted? So thinking about the lotus also. That means, apsu asti he adhastad. That means there should be something downward also. From where it has come. Iha kinchana etat adhishtam. That means it is situated in something which is below. It has grown. That from which this lotus has grown must be within the water. So I'm able to see the water, but what is there inside? Something must be there, na? From where it has come? In this way is thinking. Who am I? What is this flower? From where it has come? 3 questions has come in his mind. And this is in ignorance. That means sometimes even Brahma is also put in ignorance. And this is very good. Why? Because the answers to the creation can come from Brahma only. The next is 19. Sa ityam udvikshya tadabjanala nadibhir antarajalam avivesham narvagatastat kharanala nabhim vichinvam stat avinda tajah saha brahma. So in this way, itham udvikshaha, he was contemplating. Then what he did was, through that abjaha nala, nadidihi, it's a pipe like antaha jalam, he entered avivesha. He entered the what? To the channel of the stem of the lotus. But in spite of going down, na arvakagataha, tat kharanala, in spite of going down through that stem, and also nabhim vichinvan, he entered, he went near to the navel also of Vishnu. Vichinvan avidhantu, still he could not understand. No refers to that. He's thinking so much, but he's not able to trace out the root. He's ajaha, self-born. Just the jumped, dived inside, and then also went near to the weaver. Still could not understand. Brahmaji cannot understand. Who are we then? Insignificant jivas. And we are trying to understand the creation. Raksha Mataji, please read. Hope your eyes are good. She got cataract operated.
माता जी अभी होने वाला है 26 को.
You can read?
Yes, माता जी. Yes, माता जी. हरे कृष्ण. श्लोका 18. स एषयो सावहं के एषयो सावहम् अब्जपुष्ठ एतत् कृतो वाब्जमनन्यदप्सु अस्ति यतस्तादिह किञ्चनेत तदिष्टितं यत्र सतानुभाव्यम्. Translation. Lord Brahma in his ignorance contemplated, who am I that I am situated on the top of this lotus? Where from has it sprouted? There must be something downwards and That from which this lotus has grown must be within the water. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. The subject matter of the speculation of Brahma in the beginning regarding the creation of the cosmic manifestation is still a subject matter for mental speculators. The most intelligent man is he who tries to find the cause of his personal existence and that of the whole cosmic creation and thus tries to find the ultimate cause. If his attempt is properly executed with penance and perseverance, it is sure to be crowned with success. Sloka 19. स इत्थम् उदीक्ष्य तदजाप्तनाला नाडीभिरन्तर्जलमाविवेशे माविवेश नार्वागतस्तात् हरनालनाला नाभिं विचिन्वा तदधि तदविन्दना तदविन्दताजः. Lord Brahma, thus contemplating, entered the water through the channel of the stem of the lotus. But in spite of entering the stem and going near to the navel of Vishnu, he could not trace out the root. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. By dint of one's personal endeavor, one may go near to the Lord, but without the Lord's mercy, one cannot reach the ultimate point. Such understanding of the Lord is possible only by devotional service as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanashyasmin tattvataha. Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay. Pratyamam vijanati yavan that's only by bhakti we can know Krishna. It's not so easy to know Krishna. Next. Tamasya pare viduratmak sargam vichinvato bhut sumaham strini yo deha bhajam bhaya virayana padikshino yayurajasya hetihi tasmai apare. Because of an ignorant way of searching, now see, one cannot search with his own efforts. That is what Krishna wants to show through Brahma. I cannot search Lord by my own efforts. That is ignorant way of searching. O Vidura, Atma Sargam. He wanted to search who is the cause of his creation, Vichinvataha. This was contemplating. Abhuta, it so became. Sumahan, very great. Trinemihi, time of 3 dimensions. Yaha which Deha Bhajam, who they embodied. Bhayam, fearfulness. Hirayanaha, generating. Padikshanati, diminishing the 100 years. Ayuho, duration of life. Ajasya, of the self-born. Itihi, the wheel of eternal time. O Vidura, while searching in that way about his existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal being in the hand of Vishnu, and which generates fear in the mind of living entity like the fear of death. So now the eternal wheel, the time, ultimate time was ending, is reaching the ultimate time. So that is why now the fear has come. Commentary. Atma Sargam, the source of his creation, Trinemihi, the time. Time proclaiming Hirayana, the approach of death, Bhayam, for men Deha Bhajan, destroys lifespan of 100 years. Ajasya Hiti means the chakra of Vishnu, time is an ansha of this chakra. So approach of death for the embodied souls, destroy them. The time has come. So that is why 100 years passed for Brahma, who was searching out his source in this unfathomable darkness. So in the darkness he was searching for 100 years. Now his time has come now. Time passed. That means there's a fear now. Approach of death is there. So then he returned to the lotus. Then he was completely concentrating on Krishna. For everybody, the time comes there. So in that search, the time spent, when time went. So then next is Tato Nivritto Pratilabdhakamah Swadeshniyamasadya Punha Devah Shanirjita Shwasani Vritta Vichitto Nyashidadaruda Samadhi Yoga. Now he sat in Samadhi. He was not able to understand the desired destination, so he retired, Nivrittaha. He desired Labdha Kama, but it was not happening without achieving it. So he sat in his own seat, Asad. And in this way, he controlled without delay. What he did, he controlled his breath. Nivritta, retired, Chittaha, Nyasita, sat down in confidence. He was just remembering the name. So it's not so easy to understand Lord. We may see Lord 100 times. The Lord reveals. So that is how one has to concentrate. One has to give time. Concentrate and chant the holy name. It is Lord who reveals. Brahma, he was trying to find out from his own endeavor. With our own endeavor, we can never understand Lord. When Lord reveals, that is our time we can understand Lord. We have to wait for his revelation. Sartenu kampatam susarukshama. Linjena evatam katamita. Rudva gopurdidadan namasti. Jiveta yog. Jiveta yomukti padaisa daiva. One who waits, Krishna reveals. Waits means what? We have to tolerate all the situations. We must be eager also, eager to know about Lord. That eagerness and the patience, both should be there. Eagerness also is there, patience should be there. Eagerness to find Krishna, patience and the willingness to tolerance to tolerate all the situations. That is how a person becomes an eligible candidate. Only eligible candidate. Again, Krishna is Swatantra. We cannot say I am eligible candidate. Oh Lord, please reveal. No. Then he wants, he will reveal. Okay, both the verses are ready.
Hare Krishna. Text 20. Tamasya pare viduratmasargam vichinvato bhut sumaham strinemihi yo dehavajam vayamirayanah parikshinotyayurajasya hetihi. Translation, O Vidura, while searching in the way about his existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal wheel in the hand of Vishnu, and which generates fear in the mind of the living entity, like the fear of death. Text 21. Tato nivritto pratilabdha kamaha swadeshnaya swadeshnayamasadya punah sadevah शनैर्चितश्वासनिवृत्तचित्तो न्यशीषद् न्यशीदधारूढसमाधियोगः. Thereafter, being unable to achieve the desired destination, he retired from such searching and came back again to the top of the lotus. Thus, controlling all objectives, he concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samadhi involves concentrating the mind upon the supreme causes of all, even if one is unaware of whether his actual nature is personal, impersonal, or localized. Concentration of the mind on the Supreme is certainly a form of devotional service. To cease from personal sense endeavors and to concentrate on the Supreme Cause is a sign of self surrender, and when self surrender is present, that is a sure sign of devotional service. Each and every living entity needs to engage in devotional service to the Lord if he wishes to understand the ultimate cause of his existence. Hare Krishna.
Next. कालेन सोजा पुरुषाभिः प्रवृत्तयोगेन विरूढबोधः स्वयं तदन्तर्हृदयेव भातम् अपश्यतापश्यतयन्न पूर्वम्. The course of time. Ajaha, the self-formed Purushayagi. By the duration of his age, 100 years is over. Abhipravritta, engaged in meditation, he developed the intelligence. So, antaha, within his heart, avabhatam, he saw. He saw the supreme within himself, which he could not see with the greatest endeavor. So, at the end of 100 years, when his meditation was complete, he developed the required knowledge, and as a result, he could see in his heart the supreme within himself, whom he could not see before the greatest endeavor. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. That means 1 millennium is over. 43 lakh, we are not talking the whole universe. 1 millennium is done. So in this way, 43 lakh years over. And in this way, now Brahma, 1 day is equal to 1000 times. 1 day, either 1 night. That is how you see how what Prabhupada writes so beautifully. Let me read the Vishnu Chakravarti's commentary. Purushayusha means by 100 years. This should be understood to be time according to the calculations of human life in Kali Yuga, when Maitreya was speaking. By a mature state, reached through meditation of the Lord. Abhipravritta yogena, he saw the Lord. Since later Brahma says, Dhyaye Jnane Smano Darshitam Tu Upasakanam, you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate. He saw the Lord who manifested himself in his heart, whom he could not see when he searched previously for the foundation of the lotus flower above. So secondary creation was given, he did also, but he could not find Lord. He tried to find out from where this lotus has come. That means he is trying to find out Lord. When he sat in meditation, it happened. Okay? So now, 24th verse. 23rd verse. Pranalagaudalikasheshabhoga Paryanka ekam purusham shayanam Padatapatra Murdharatna Yubhir Hatattvanta Yugantatoyi. What Brahma could see on the water was a gigantic lotus, white steel, the body of Sheshnag on which the Lord is sitting, lying alone. Whole atmosphere was illuminated, bedecking the whole of Sheshnag, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of the region. So the Murnala Gauraha, it is white lotus. Ayataha, not white lotus like white steel. Okay, let us see. Ayata Shesha, the body of Sheshnag is also like white lotus. Paryanka, on that bed, Ekam, alone, Purusham, the Lord is lying. Shayanam, he is lying. Pada Atapatraha, umbrella of the serpent hole. Ayutaha, bedecked with. Murdha, so his head is bedecked with the jewels. And that jewels are dissipating the darkness of those regions. You could see all. So nice. And then let us see the Preksham Shipantam Haritopalatre Sandhyabhra Niveru Rukma Murdha Ratnodadharosha Visauma Nasya Vanasrajo Venu Bhujanga Kripagre. So the luster of the transcendental body of Lord, it was like the coral mountain. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky. Yellow dress, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet bedecked with the jewels mocked it. The fountains, the waterfalls, herbs, etc., with the panorama of flowers seems like garland, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs decorated with the jewels, pearls, tulsi leaf, and leaves and flower garlands mock the scene of the mountain. Is one is more beautiful than the other. Competition is going on. So what is the meaning of mocked? Vrindavanila Mataji, what is the meaning of mocked? Competition, na? Who is superior? So
To
in
make
this way,
fun.
making fun, yes. Panoramic beauty of the nature is striking one another. Okay, what is first told? You're like coral. Okay, one. And then it's very nice, evening sky, everything is there. Coral is bluish in color, right? Corals are bluish. Coral actually should be reddish, na?
Yes.
Should be reddish in color.
Red.
But it is, yeah, yes, it is evening sky, na? Reddish in color. Then suddenly what happened? This yellow dress is making fun of that red color. And then this gold mountain is compared to the yellow dress. Suddenly the jewels are making fun of yellow dress. That means a mountain, gold mountain. And then this flowers, they are like a garland. And this body and the hands, they are making fun of this mountain. A mountain is golden in color with all wonderful flowers. It is looking like a garland. One is teasing another one. So here, yeah, the complexion of the Lord has been given. Is again emerald mountain. His yellow cloth derided a cloud encircling the mountain at sunset. So this form surpassed any comparison with an emerald mountain. His form derided all comparison because of its great beauty. His yellow cloth debays the beauty of clouds encircling the mountain in the evening. His crown derided the great brightness on the peak of the mountain. His tulasi flower, that means in this material world, whatever we think is the topmost, his Lord is deriding everything. Simple. That is the meaning. Everything is beyond the beauty of this material world. Forest garland, but his jewels are such a wonderful garland. Garlands are composed of the jewels. A vanamala is said to be a garland of leaves and flowers reaching his feet. And in this way, the word vanamala can stand for types of garland. His arms derided the bamboos high on the mountain, and his feet derided the trees at the base of the mountain. So, in this way, this form is surpassing everything. Even it can be compared, even the material beauty has been surpassed by the beauty of Krishna. His dress, his helmet, his jewels, his clothes, his color, everything is surpassing the most beautiful things of this world also. That is why there is a comparison put of this material world also. Okay, read. Nanda Mataji, read. 23rd, 24th. And we'll stop here.
Verse 22nd. कालेन सोऽजा पुरुषायुषाभिः प्रवृत्तयोगेन विरूढबोधा स्वयं तदन्तर्हृदये अवभातम् अपश्यतापस्यत यन्न पूर्वम्. At the end of Brahma's 100 years, when his meditation was complete, he developed the required knowledge, and as a result, he could see in his heart the Supreme within himself, whom he could not see before with the greatest endeavor. Purport: The Supreme Lord can be experienced only through the process of devotional service and not by one's personal endeavor in mental speculation. The age of Brahma is calculated in terms of Divya years, which are distinct from the solar years of human beings. The Divya years are calculated in Bhagavad Gita 8.17, Sahasra Yuga Parayantam Ahariyat Brahmano Viduhu. Brahma's one day is equal to 1000 times the aggregate of the 4 yugas, calculated to be 1000, 10,000 lakh, 43 lakh years. On that basis, Brahma meditated for 100 years before he could understand the supreme cause of all causes. And then he wrote the Brahma Samhita, which is approved and recognized by Lord Chaitanya, and in which he sings, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan. One has to wait for the mercy of the Lord before one can either render service unto him or know him as he is. Text 23. मृणालगौर्यत शेषभोग परयंक एकं पुरुषं शयानम् फणात्तपत्रायुतमूर्धरत्ना द्युभिर्हतध्वान्तयुगान्ततोये. Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead, the body of Sheshanaga, on which the personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Sheshanag, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of those regions. Text 24. Preksham Shipantam Haritopaladre Sandhaya Praniverurukmamurdhanaha Ratno Dadharo Shadiso Manasya Vanasrijo Venu Bhujangri. Translation. The luster of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountain's waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers, seem like garlands, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs, decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves, and flower garlands, mock the scene on the mountain. The panoramic beauty of nature, which strikes one with wonder, may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. In Bhagavad Gita 2.59, it is described that one who is attracted by Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Whoever is attracted to Lord is no longer attracted to the beauty of this material world. So for this, just see how much explanation has been given. Huh? What Brahmaji saw, what he saw, beauty of Lord. At that time, he could see that other all beauties are nothing, insignificant, before the beauty of Krishna. So that has been.
Mataji, I'm sorry. Mataji, I'm not able to understand the description that has been given. Like the luster of the transcendental body of the Lord, that's one. Then it's followed by beauty of the coral mountain. So what is that coral mountain referring to? Means
Here,
it's referring to his
the
toes.
complexion of the Lord, derided and emerald mountain. Okay? That has been told. Emerald is also one of the stone, na?
Yes.
Coral
That's
body,
green.
now green color. It has derided even that mountain. And now this mountain, his yellow cloth, even derided a cloud encircling that mountain at sunset. Okay? Shri Vishwanath Thakur writes, his yellow cloth is deriding a cloud that is encircling the mountain at sunset. Generally, we see the beauty of the sunset, isn't it? But his yellow cloth. His crown is deriding the shining mountain peak when the sunset happens, at time the mountain peak looks very beautiful. Especially when there is a snow, it shines.
Yes.
Shines. This crown is so beautiful. It is shining because when a person goes to see the nature, he's captivated by the beauty of nature. See, when you go to Himalayas, when you go to some hill stations, you're captivated. Oh, so beautiful. At that time, we forget the beauty of Krishna. So that is why this is there. We are too absorbed to see the beauty. Oh, so nice, so nice. Now that is why remembering Krishna's beauty while seeing this. While seeing the beauty of this nature, oh Krishna, how Krishna will be more beautiful. This is so beautiful. The nature belongs to Krishna. His garland derided the jewels, streams, herbs, the flowers decorating the mountain. And beautiful flowers are there, our eyes goes there. But the time you should remember, yes, Krishna's jewels will be more beautiful. This is how we are trained. By looking the things around us, स्थावर जंगम देखी न देखे तारमूर्ति सर्वत्र होए निजे इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति. How to see Krishna in everything? His arms derided the bamboos growing on the upper portions of the mountain. You see, there are bamboos which go very huge. You see that, oh, I should not forget Krishna. Oh, Krishna's arms are more beautiful than this. And his feet derided the trees growing at his base. So there are trees which comes in the base of the mountains. Bamboo. Bamboos are taller. And then down the mountains also there are trees which looks very beautiful. So sometimes you have big, long trees. There are short trees. When you see all these things, especially plantain trees, when you see, oh, so beautiful. Immediately you should understand, Krishna is so beautiful. So how to purify our consciousness? Looking at the nature, describing the beauty, nothing wrong, but we lose Krishna's remembrance. If you are able to relate Krishna's the material beauty with Krishna's beauty, then we are not lost. Somehow we should not be lost in any circumstances. That is how Brahmaji is training us. He is looking at Krishna and he is understanding that all this beauty is nothing before Krishna's beauty. Acharyas only will teach us, no?
True.
So that is.
Actually, now when I'm reading with you, Mataji, then I'm able to understand how foolish my understanding was. I had understood this in a very, very different way when I had read it on my own. I was thinking like as if all the parts of the Lord, they are so beautiful that they are giving tough competition to each other's beauty only.
It is one way of understanding, but the real way of understanding is
What you have shared just now.
that is what Krishna Thakur has done.
Yes. Yes.
माता जी यहाँ पे जो भगवान का षड ऐश्वर्य है ये बताया, संपूर्ण ब्यूटी, फुल ब्यूटी.
हाँ, लेकिन यहाँ कंपैरिजन दिया है. यहाँ षड ऐश्वर्य तो है ही. कंपैरिजन टू द मटेरियल ब्यूटी. सरपासिंग. यहाँ एमराल्ड माउंटेन देखेंगे, हाँ कितना सुंदर दिख रहा है, ग्रीन माउंटेन. ये भगवान का वस्त्र, भगवान का शरीर, ये सबसे परे है और कितना सुंदर है. इसीलिए जब ये हम सुंदरता को देखते हैं, भगवान का स्मरण करना चाहिए. जैसे वाटरफॉल को देख के श्रील प्रभुपाद ने कहा कि भगवान का ये शक्ति है. Seeing waterfall and remembering Krishna, just see who can do that. Only Srila Prabhupada, like Acharyas only can do. If we see waterfall, we just, so nice, we jump in that waterfall, right? So Acharyas teach us, Stavara Jangama dekhi, na dekhi tara murti. Don't see it as it is. Sarvatra hoye nija ishta deva smurti. See Lord in everything. That beauty, what is that beauty? Beauty is because of Krishna. Like intelligence of Brahma, he says, my intelligence is also because of Lord. I on my own have no strength. On the whole, material world has no strength, no beauty. It is Krishna who infuses beauty. Okay. पतिताराम पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः।
माता जी, जब भी कोई भी फ्लावर होता है उसमें इतनी अच्छे से फ्रेग्रेंस होती है, तो तभी इतना अच्छा लगता है कि भगवान कि कैसे कैसे बनाते हैं, वो सब वही याद आता है कि भगवान की लीला कितनी अच्छी होती है कि इतना अच्छा फ्लावर्स बनाया है। थैंक यू माता जी।